Hello and welcome. On today's show, we have UC's head hockey coach, Coach Heenan. Thank you for being here with us today.
It's great to be here.
Now, before we start, the UC community and I would like to congratulate you on your 300th win.
Yeah, it's a pretty good milestone. Obviously, a lot of players and assistant coaches that played a major role in accomplishing that. So it's really a team award, a program award, a college award. And, I've been saying if we can get to 320 this year, that should mean we're in the dance. So that's the milestone.
You're currently on your way with 5-1 and on a bit of a hot streak. But more importantly, the Teddy Bear Toss game is coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about the Teddy Bear Toss game and for the community and underclassmen? Tell us what that's all about.
Yeah, so it actually came about probably my second or third year here. I was up recruiting in a town called North Bay, Ontario, way up there, and landed a big defenseman, Josh Merson, from that trip. But they had their Teddy Bear Toss game and thought it was just awesome. It was about a 2,500-seat arena. It was sold out for this event. And so I brought it back, and to Bill Keeler, a local radio personality, brought it to him, and he said, we can get a sponsor, we can try and get this thing going here, and boy, have we. So I believe this will be our 17th annual Teddy Bear Toss. New York Sash has been a long-standing partner of ours in this. And it's just setting records, and a lot of colleges have tried to do this, and they've failed, or they have one that's quite a bit lesser. Ours is absolutely electric. It's become really a town tradition around Christmas time, and we're proud to be the host of it.
Now, can you explain what exactly the students or community does at that game?
Yeah, so it used to be, when we were trying to build attendance, and the program itself is, if you brought your teddy bear, you got in free. But nowadays, that's not true, although students do get in free.
Yes, they do.
With your ID. But anyway, so now you're bringing a teddy bear, and it's one, any stuffed animal.
Okay.
People bring bags and bags of them. So one really isn't enough. You've got to bring 4 or 5 if you want to be, a superhero fan here. But once our first goal is scored, you immediately just litter the ice with those. And it's one time where you actually participate in what's happening on the ice surface itself. And you can imagine the opposing team isn't very happy. The opposing goalie isn't very happy. The referees aren't very happy. But we have about 150 volunteers from New York Sash that come out on the ice, and within 5 minutes, that mess, the good mess, is cleaned up. But we've been averaging 4,000 to 5,000 stuffed animals the last probably 5-6 years on the ice, and all those stay in this community, going to children in need with local charities. At this time, we want to put kids' smiles on kids' faces, and so it's a small role and a part that you can play in making a child have a happier Christmas.
Definitely has a big impact, meaning that it's that close to Christmas time for sure.
Yeah.
So last year, I'm sure the Teddy Bear Toss game looked a little different with the pandemic going on. So how have you and the team prepped from last year to this year?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of years of guys that haven't experienced this, and that's probably the biggest difference. Even though last year we had a trailer made with, again, our partners in New York Sash, and they toured around the community, and you got to throw your bear into this trailer that was made into a makeshift ice rink, and our guys followed this thing around and did their thing with fan relations, but nothing's like the actual event.
Absolutely
not. We've got freshmen and sophomores that haven't experienced this, and it plays a major role in how we recruit kids. It is the #1 video we send out to kids to say, are you aware of what atmosphere we offer here in Utica, New York at the college level? And so that's an eye-opener. It's a big hook. And so we've got 2 classes of guys. And of course, even the juniors, seniors, super seniors, it's been a couple of years since they've had a chance. So everybody's just going to be really fired up for this. Yeah. And King's College is coming in, one of the newer programs. And, I would urge you to get there soon, because the goal should happen fairly quickly.
Definitely going to be, they're ready for an eye-opener then, for sure. I'm sure they're not used to that.
Yeah, and it's an interesting point. We do get teams calling us to get in that game, because it is very unique that it'll be a sold-out 4,000 people there at Division III, and certainly while we may be used to that in our marquee games and playoff games, the opposing teams, King's College is used to playing in front of 100 people. So it'll be a great experience for them, their parents, their coaches. And they're actually playing much better this year. They have a new coach that's got them
Okay.
going. So, this could very well end up being a very good hockey game.
Now, you talked about get there soon. Have you talked about who will score the first goal yet?
So we kind of, and it's an
Okay.
interesting one because
Yeah.
the locker room buzzes with the guys
Absolutely.
all kind of doing their,
Yeah.
who's going to get it, and they get interviewed on television, and the next year usually get interviewed as previews, and we kind of know who's scored those teddy bear toss goals. That's kind of a well-known goal, and then once the warm-ups happens that night, the coaches kind of put their name into a hat of who
Okay.
they think's going to, and win a slice of pizza or something after that. But it's a well-known goal in our program, and the guys want to be that goal scorer.
Absolutely. I know I'm looking forward to being there. Like you said, it's the electric, you there. Once in a lifetime hockey game, I think.
It's a really unique fan experience. There's nothing like it.
No.
If you're down in front, once you throw, look back. You might get hit in the face with one, with those weak arms, but but it is spectacular, and you'll see nothing like it at any
Absolutely not.
sports venue the rest of your life.
Well, thank you for coming here today, Gary.
My pleasure.
That's going to wrap up our show for today. Tune back next time.